Want to speak real Turkish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at turkishclass101.com.
Merhaba. Hello. Our first word is merhaba, meaning hello. We use merhaba, for example, when we are being introduced to someone else. After say, for example, we are introduced and we say merhaba. When we say the H between the R and A is lost. Merhaba. Nice to meet you. Merhaba. Günaydın. Good morning. Our second word is günaydın, meaning good morning. We always use it, of course, in the mornings. Günaydın. İyi günler. Good afternoon. Our third word is iyi günler, meaning good afternoon. İyi geceler. Good night. Our fourth word is iyi geceler, meaning good night. İyi geceler. This is how I sound when I say iyi geceler. İyi geceler. Adın ne? What's your name? Our fifth word is adın ne? What's your name? Büşra, what's yours? Ben. I am. Our sixth word is ben, meaning am. For example, I am Büşra. Büşra'yım. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Nice to meet you. Our seventh word is tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Meaning nice to meet you. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. This is how it sounds when I don't slow it down. Nasılsın? How are you? Our eighth word is nasılsın? Meaning how are you? It goes like nasılsın? İyiyim. Sen nasılsın? I'm fine. And you? Our ninth word is İyiyim. Sen nasılsın? I'm fine. And you? Lütfen. Please. Our tenth word is lütfen. Meaning please. It goes like lütfen, lütfen, lütfen, lütfen. No, it doesn't go like that. Lütfen. Teşekkür ederim. Thank you. Our 11th word is teşekkür ederim, meaning thank you. You can also say teşekkürler if you want to shorten it. Teşekkürler. Rica ederim. You are welcome. Our 12th word is rica ederim, meaning you are welcome. Rica ederim. Evet. Yes. Our 13th word is evet, meaning yes. Hayır. No. Our 14th word is hayır, meaning no. Tamam. Okay. Our 15th word is tamam, meaning okay. Affedersiniz. Excuse me. Our 16th word is affedersiniz, meaning excuse me. Özür dilerim. I'm sorry. Our 17th word is özür dilerim, meaning I'm sorry. Saat kaç? What time is it? Our 18th word is saat kaç? What time is it? Saat kaç? Banyo nerede? Where is the restroom? Our 19th word is banyo nerede? Where is the restroom? Dur bir dakika. Wait a moment. Our 20th word is dur bir dakika, meaning wait a moment. Bu ne kadar? How much is this? Our 21st word is bu ne kadar, meaning how much is this? Hesap lütfen. Check please. Our 22nd word is Hesap lütfen. Check please. Tebrikler. Congratulations. Our 23rd word is tebrikler, meaning congratulations. Görüşürüz. See you later. Our 24th word is görüşürüz, meaning see you later. Güle güle. Goodbye. Our 25th word is güle güle, meaning goodbye.
Garson. Garson. Waiter, waitress. The first one is garson. Waiter or waitress. Bu restoranın garsonları çok nazik. Bu restoranın garsonları çok nazik. The waiters in this restaurant are very kind. So in Turkish, we don't have two different words. For waiter or waitress, we just say garson. So the name of the job. If you want to call a boy or girl, the waiter or waitress, you can just say garson. And in Turkish, we call like this usually. Pardon, bakar mısınız? Garson bey, bakar mısınız? It's like, hello, excuse me. Can you look to me? Like that. Yemek. Yemek. To eat. The next one is yemek. To eat. Kırmızı et yemiyorum. Kırmızı et yemiyorum. I don't eat red meat. So it's a very basic word, but it's important to know if you're going to a Turkish restaurant. What if you have an allergy, right? Or what if you're vegetarian? Then you need to know the eat, to eat word. So you can say you don't eat or you have allergy. Kırmızı et yemiyorum. Or let's say you don't eat egg. Egg is yumurta. Yumurta yemiyorum. If you want to say I am vegetarian in Turkish, you can say like this. Ben vejetaryenim. Ben vejetaryenim. Kırmızı et yemiyorum. I don't eat red meat. Sipariş vermek. Sipariş vermek. To order. Sipariş vermek. To order. Pasta sipariş ettim. Pasta sipariş ettim. I ordered a cake. It's very funny actually because I know in English pasta means like macaroni, right? But in Turkish it means cake. So it was always very confusing for me when I was learning English. We are using for describing cake or like some kind of sweet, like birthday cake. We are saying pasta. And sipariş etmek means order. You can use it with other foods too. Usually people are ordering pizza to their home, right? You can say pizza sipariş ettim. Or if you want to ask your friend, should we order pizza? Then you can say pizza sipariş edelim mi? Pizza sipariş edelim mi? Su. Su. Water. Su. Water. Bir bardak soğuk su alabilir miyim? Bir bardak soğuk su alabilir miyim? Can I have a glass of cold water? Usually in Turkish restaurants, the water is not free. So you have to pay money for it. And please be careful if you're ordering water because you may thought maybe in your country it's free, but it's not free in Turkey. But in Turkey, in most restaurants, not all of them, in most restaurants, the Turkish tea is free, black tea is free, and it usually comes after your meal. They just bring you or they ask you, should we bring black tea? Should we bring Turkish tea for you? and it's usually free. But I'm not saying for all of them, but most of them. Tatlı. Tatlı. Dessert. Tatlı. Dessert. Bu tatlının yanında bir fincan kahve iyi gider. Bu tatlının yanında bir fincan kahve iyi gider. A cup of coffee would be great with this dessert. Usually in Turkey, people like to drink Turkish coffee. And with Turkish coffee, we usually eat whether Turkish Delight, or recently we started to eat chocolate, like Turkish brand chocolate or any other brand. So in Turkish, we say like this. Türk kahvesinin yanında lokum iyi gider. I said, Turkish Delight goes well with Turkish coffee. Chef, chef, chief, chef, chief. Bu restoranın şefi çok yetenekli. Bu restoranın şefi çok yetenekli. This restaurant's chief is very talented. Okay, you finished your meal in a Turkish restaurant and you really liked it. Now you want to say good words, you want to give good feedback to the restaurant. Then you can use this sentence, right? It's a good sentence to know, I think. Bu restoranın şefi çok yetenekli. Yemekler çok lezzetliydi. It means the food was very delicious. Yemekler çok lezzetliydi. Fast food. Fast food. Fast food. Fast food. Fast food. Çocuklarımın fast food yemesine izin vermem. Çocuklarımın fast food yemesine izin vermem. I don't let my children eat fast food. We are using the English word as it is, fast food, but our pronunciation is not like English, of course. It's a bit different. It's like fast food. Well, we have actually other Turkish words. It is rather abur cubur. It's more like snacks, I think. Abur cubur or hazır yiyecekler, which means instant food. Hazır yiyecekler. We are using these two for describing fast food sometimes. Abur cubur, hazır yiyecekler, or fast food as it is. It's also okay. Restoran. Restoran. Restaurant. Restoran. Restaurant. Bu sokaktaki ev yemekleri restoranına sık sık giderim. Bu sokaktaki ev yemekleri restoranına sık sık giderim. I go to the home-style food restaurant on the street very often. I go to the home-style food restaurant on the street very often. In Turkish, we have this type of restaurant because most people, especially people who live alone, they are missing their mother's food so much, right? So that is why there are so many home-style food restaurants all over Turkey. They are cooking like foods like that reminds you your mother food. Very home-cooked Turkish meals. Not like kebab, maybe. Not like Turkish pizza. Really like Turkish food. Hesap. Hesap. Check. Hesap. Check. Hesap lütfen. Hesap lütfen. Check please. Do you know how to describe the waiter that you want check without saying any word? So we are using our body language in this case to tell the waiter that we want to pay the check. And it's like this. Now I'm going to show you. Hesap lütfen. Like this. Lezzetli. Lezzetli. Delicious. Lezzetli. Delicious. Çok lezzetli görünüyor. Çok lezzetli görünüyor. It looks very delicious. Now your meal is here. It's still hot. And it looks really awesome. Then that time you will say, çok lezzetli görünüyor. I want to eat it. Crossing borders. Sınırı geçmek. Border, sınır. Geçmek, crossing. Sınırı geçmek. Uyruk. Nationality. For example, you go to police station and police can ask you, what is your nationality? Uyruğunuz nedir? But there's also one more word, milliyet. Actually, anyone can ask you like, milliyetin nedir? I think it's not widely used compared to uyruk, but both are okay. Gümrük, customs. When you're going to a country, you have to go through the customs. Bir ülkeye giriş yaparken gümrükten geçmek zorundasınız. Vize, visa. Japan doesn't require visa from Turkish people for 3 months. Japonya, Türklerden 3 aya kadar vize talep etmiyor. Vergisiz. Tax free. Tax free shopping. Yay! If you bring your passport to some stores, then you can do tax free shopping. Bazı mağazalara pasaportunuzu götürürseniz vergisiz alışveriş yapabilirsiniz. Pasaport. Passport. Can you show your passport? Pasaportunuzu gösterir misiniz? In Turkey, usually passports are dark red, but we have different types of passports. For example, we have green passport. So with green passport, you can easily enter into some countries without visa. Yeşil pasaport, we say. Green passport.
Selam, ben Zehra. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Hi, I'm Zehra. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Turkish expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Turkish. You can do it with only 2 sentences. But first, it is important to clarify that in Turkish, there's a difference between the formal and the informal language. Let's first see how Turkish people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Selam, ben Zehra. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Hi, I'm Zehra. Nice to meet you. Selam, ben Zehra. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Start by saying selam, ben. Then say your name. Selam, ben Zehra. Finally, say tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Nice to meet you. Selam, ben Zehra. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. And now, let's see the same sentence in formal speech. Merhaba, ben Zehra Özdemir. Tanıştığımıza çok memnun oldum. Hi, I'm Zehra Özdemir. Nice to meet you. Merhaba, ben Zehra Özdemir. Tanıştığımıza çok memnun oldum. So, what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at this together. Selam has been substituted with the formal greeting, merhaba, Turkish for hi. Ben Zehra hasn't been changed. In both cases, ben means I am. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name. So I said Zehra Özdemir. Here you would say your full name. Finally, pay attention to the ending. We went from tanıştığımıza memnun oldum to tanıştığımıza çok memnun oldum. We have just added the Turkish word for very. In a formal sentence, saying it is very nice to meet you will make it even more polite. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in Turkish is Selam, ben Zehra. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. The formal way to introduce yourself is Merhaba, ben Zehra Özdemir. Tanıştığımıza çok memnun oldum. Now, it's time for Zahras Insights. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands. And don't worry too much about using çok when you meet with people. You won't get in trouble if you simply say, tanıştığımıza memnun oldum, as I said at the beginning of this lesson. In the last lesson, we learned how to show gratitude to people by saying, teşekkürler. In this lesson, we will learn some of the most common greetings used in Turkey. Hazır mısınız? Are you ready? Hadi başlayalım o zaman. So let's start then. The most used informal greeting is selam. Selam. Selam means hi or hello. Because it's so casual, we should only use this greeting with friends or relatives. If you're greeting someone you don't know, you should use a more formal phrase. Merhaba. Merhaba. Merhaba means hi or hello too. If you want to make the greeting a little bit more formal, you can say iyi günler. İyi günler. İyi günler means good morning and good afternoon. In fact, you can use it all day, from morning until evening. During the evening, we say iyi akşamlar. İyi akşamlar. In an informal parting situation, Turkish people use güle güle. Güle güle. Güle güle means goodbye. Finally, in Turkish, we have an expression meaning hope to see you soon. That can be considered both formal and informal. Görüşmek üzere. Görüşmek üzere. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Turkish. Let's review them all again. When meeting older people or someone we don't know, merhaba. When meeting friends or relatives, selam. When greeting people from morning to afternoon, iyi günler. When greeting people in the evening, iyi akşamlar. When living in an informal situation, güle güle. When living in a formal or an informal situation, görüşmek üzere. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Zahras Insights. If you can't remember how to say goodbye in Turkish, you can just say bye bye. Bye bye. This expression is pretty casual, but at least nobody in Turkey will have any trouble understanding you. In the last lesson, we learned the most common forms of greetings in Turkish. Do you remember them? In this lesson, we're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Turkish, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal way to say it. İngilizce konuşabiliyor musun? İngilizce konuşabiliyor musun? In Turkish, verbs change depending on the pronoun that is used. Please notice the suffix musun at the end of the sentence. This is the informal word for you. The word before that is the verb konuşabiliyor, which means can speak. Because it is referring to you, it is conjugated konuşabiliyor musun? And you probably recognize the first word İngilizce. It means English. İngilizce konuşabiliyor musun? To learn how to conjugate verbs in more detail, please check out our Absolute Beginner series on turkishclass101.com. You can find very detailed grammar lesson and resources there. We are now going to make this sentence a bit formal. First, we need to use the formal version of you. Just take musun and add a us sound at the end to make musunuz. Everything else stays the same. İngilizce konuşabiliyor musunuz? İngilizce konuşabiliyor musunuz? If you add affedersiniz, excuse me, to the beginning, the sentence becomes even more polite. Affedersiniz. İngilizce konuşabiliyor musunuz? Affedersiniz. İngilizce konuşabiliyor musunuz? The responses you will receive could be one of these three. Evet. Yes. Evet. Biraz. A little. Biraz. Hayır. İngilizce konuşamıyorum. No, I can't speak English. Hayır. İngilizce konuşamıyorum. Now, it's time for Zahras Insights. For those of you who are not only English speakers, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. Turkish people study other European languages at school, so maybe you will get lucky. Just substitute İngilizce with İtalyanca for Italian, Rusça for Russian, İspanyolca for Spanish, or Almanca for German. In the last lesson, we learned some words used when apologizing in Turkish, including affedersiniz and özür dilerim. In this lesson, we are going to learn numbers in Turkish. Yes, numbers. Sayılar. From 1 to 10. And you're going to learn them only in 3 minutes. 3 dakika. Are you ready? Let's start then. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6 7 7 8 8 9 9 and finally 10 10. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Great job! What is before 1? Do you know? Let's find out then. Ready? 0 0. You don't have any more excuses. You can give your friends your cell phone number in Turkish. Let's try together. We will use the phrase benim numaram, which means my number is benim numaram. Benim numaram 5 3 3 1 2 2 4 9 6 8. Can you read it by yourself? 5 3 3 1 2 2 4 9 6 8. Perfect! In the last lesson, we learned how to count in Turkish. I hope you spend some time practicing the numbers, because they will come in handy today. We're going to learn how to go shopping in Turkey. Before we go, you need to know how to say, how much is it? Bu kaç para? Bu kaç para? Are you ready to go to shopping in Turkey? Let's go. You see something you like and want to ask the shopkeeper how much it costs. The first thing to say to a shopkeeper is, affedersiniz. Do you remember what that means? Excuse me. Affedersiniz. Bu kaç para? Affedersiniz. Bu kaç para? If you want to be more specific when asking, how much is this? You can either point out the object or show it. If you're holding the item, you probably should use this. Bu. Affedersiniz. Bu kaç para? However, if you're pointing out the item, that would be more suitable. Affedersiniz. Şu kaç para? At this point, the shopkeeper can answer by saying bu, şu, or o, and then the price. For example, bu 21 lira. Şu 21 lira. Or o 21 lira. What number is 21? I'm not telling you. Okay. It's 21. It costs 21 liras. Now, it's time for Zahras Insights. A quicker way to ask how much is ne kadar, which literally means how much. For example, bir espresso, ne kadar? One espresso, how much?
Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.